What's up, friends? This is Jazz, bringing you another Better for Worse vlog number 70. 30 more to 100. Today I got 3 new strips and 1, newer, older strip, so kind of 4 strips. And the first strip is from May 24th, 2003. Dad, you got lost looking for John's office today and you forgot your pills at the pharmacy. So, you're having trouble remembering things, admit it. Everyone gets confused once in a while. There's nothing wrong with my memory. The first job I ever had was delivering groceries. I could tell you the number of every house on my route. Dad, what street is my bookstore on? Oh God, dear God, don't let me forget how to dance. Poor Grandpa Jim. Michael, I'm getting to that age where his memory is not serving him right, like having trouble remembering those basic things. Like she said he forgot his pills at the pharmacy that he was at, and he got lost looking for his son-in-law's office. Like at this time, Deanna was married to Michael, and she was the one there, so Deanna was the one who had to let Ellie know he just left. His granddaughter-in-law. So it's a terrifying thing to see when someone you love is kind of derailing. I know that my grandmother on my father's side was it dementia? I think it was only severe dementia. Could have been Alzheimer's. Forgive me if I don't know. And when she passed, she did remember things like my name and who I was, who my father was, and I think who her other son was. So like when they asked her who I was, she said Haley, which is my real name. And it was like about a few days later she passed. So she passed away remembering who was really close to her. And we were all grateful for that she went when we still had her important memories like that. And from this point, it seems like Uncle Jim, just forget about Grandpa Jim. It hasn't gotten that far yet. And so she still remembers important names and who people are. But even when he passed, he knew who people were, so I think he had something else wrong with him. It was just age and not necessarily dementia or Alzheimer's, but he was still slipping. And so, in some ways, they're lucky that they still have him with his full, important memory. He knows who his family is, and sometimes that's worse than forgetting where you're going or forgetting to pick something up. So, Grandpa Jim, even though I've been making mistakes here and there, is literally one of my all-time favorite characters. I may have said I like people like Mrs. Bard, but I do. But he just has a warm heart. He's great with his grandchildren, and I'm kind of glad they gave more spotlight to him after his wife passed, because the times we saw him before, just to me, weren't enough. He became more of a focus in the strip after Marion's pass, and I'm kind of glad that they got him to move with the Pattersons for a while, because he just kind of added more interest to the story with his relationship with April and everything. And we're going to eventually get a later strip, or maybe we already did, where he gets even worse in some ways, and which is really heartbreaking seeing that happen to such a great character, such a lovable and memorable character. The next strip is from December 16th, 2014, but it also was on December 17th, 1985. What's in the suitcase, Grandpa? It's so heavy. Well, I brought my iron underwear and my wooden socks. Don't believe him, Liz. It's presents. I bet it's presents. Grandpa, you really have iron underwear? Another great one with Grandpa Jim. That's when he was a lot younger. He has this wonderful sense of humor where he likes to pull one over on his grandkids, where Michael obviously is old enough by this point. He is, I'd say, almost he's 9 years old at this point, if the birthdays were lining up correct with him being born in 1976. So he's old enough to know better. Liz, on the other hand, was probably like 4 at the time, maybe 3, definitely not 5, so she's still like older toddler in a way, and she's still not old enough to understand. But I know that my family, my uncle especially, had always pulled one over, not the one that lives with me, but my other uncle. And he always would say things like, and kids, okay, no kids were watching, but you know what, whatever. He said, I shot the Easter Bunny and made him into a pie, and things like that. He would say something like that to me and his grandkids just to kind of pull it over on us. And when we were young, we were like, you know, the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. I don't think he ever did that with Santa, because I think that would be a little bit too morbid, even for us. Because rabbits can be hunted, even kids know that. So, but I mean, really, what's going to happen to all the chocolate? And now I'm old enough to know, right? Everything, right? But when we were kids, like his joking was more, you know, more innocent, where my uncle was a little more morbid, but never, like, he's not a sick person at all. He just kind of has that sense of humor. So, it's endearing now in a way. But pretty much all his grandkids are at an age now where even his great-granddaughter's 12, so all his grandkids are near an adult age. The oldest 2 are 17. The youngest of his grandkids are 17 now. And when I say grandkids, I mean grandkids and not great-grandkids. Yeah, I know, I'm going off tangent. I'm sorry. I'm just saying the point being is that some adults just love to tease kids. And I mean, it is so memorable, and I actually this is one of my favorite strips of Grandpa Jim. And the final strip is from August 14th, 2002. That's Center Hall, where the show will be. Girls' cabins are right, boys left. We've got a dining room, which is also for crafts, and 4 practice rooms with recording stuff. And I gotta tell you, one of the teachers is so hot. April, you are too young to be saying things like that. Yeah, where is he? That is hilarious. And by this point, April's like 11 years old. It's 2002, she was born in 91, so, you know, she's not overly too young, Ellie. She's getting into that right age, you know? She's almost 12, preteen, so she's kind of in the right age, you know? What middle schooler didn't? Well, maybe she's only still in elementary, I don't know. No, what middle schooler had a crush on their teachers of some sort at that age? I know I did. Wait, I was about 13, so you know what? Maybe I was older than April in middle school. Like, I don't know why, but maybe because I was born a few months too late. But I mean, I may have had a crush. Either that or it was just admiration. But the point being is, if she's in middle school and she's influenced by other kids around that age, she isn't way too young for, you know, maybe it's just for talking about older men, you know, I don't know, but just, it happens, Ellie, it happens. Like, she's just saying words. As long as she doesn't act on them, then it should be alright. I mean, she should be able to have a healthy conversation. Oh, well, why is this guy, like, she should, obviously, yes, should talk about the important things like personality, right, and not just looks, but that should have been a conversation Ellie had instead of, you are too young to say things like that. She should have said, okay, well, what is it about him that you find? And then when she says it, she said, okay, well, you know, there's more to that than just than just looks. You know, it still should have been an educational moment instead of being scalded. You know, they could learn young. I mean, I'm not saying that they should learn at, like, first of school when you're 5, but when they're into that age, you're never too young to at least be taught properly, in a way. I mean, I know in some ways you have heard it talk like that, oh, dirty mouth for someone so young, yeah, but you know what? It shouldn't have ended like that. I mean, I'm not a mother. She raised 3 children, so she knows maybe right. But Elizabeth was only about a year older than April when she started dating. So it's getting to that point that Ellie should have just sat down and saying, well, I don't really like you talking about someone so old at your age. What is it, like, just to get an educational conversation about it. She shouldn't have just said you're too young to talk like that at all. Right? It should have been brought up he was too old of a person for her to, find attractive, of course. But it should have just went into a more educational conversation as much as she would have groaned about it. I mean, I will never have kids, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I would have taken her interest in guys and just had an educational conversation about what is right, and not just brushed it off as they're too young to talk like it. Because in a sense, at least she's 11, going to be 12. She is not. She is at that age, almost the bare minimum age of it. And Becky, as I said, she said, yeah, where is he? See, I mean, I suppose at least she was more subtle, right, until she walked away and didn't say it right to the Patterson, so she was a little more smart that way. So, in other words, she's not too young. She's at the age, both her and Becky are the same age, and they're both at that age, and they'll be interested in guys. Now, yes, the teacher is probably too old for April, and I'm not saying, oh, well, what do you like about him? Go out. No, I would not have encouraged that. But I would have at least found out why she was interested in the guy, but remind her that the guy is too old for her. But maybe you could find a guy with those qualities, someone your age at some point, just to direct the conversation away from the guy in hand, but to just pretend to know you understand how she's feeling, right? And not just put her down about it. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the 70th vlog, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And I will see you guys in my next video.